Happy Saturday, Panthers! Today I'm going to attempt to hopefully make 3 different videos, one for each of the sets of candidates for student body president and vice president at UNI. I'm going to take apart their platforms a little bit and give my opinions on some of the feasibility and student body interest of some of the things. Keep in mind throughout all of my videos for this entire campaign season that I'm not an expert of any sort, and my opinion might not be your opinion, and that's okay. The reason why I make these videos is to encourage you to form your own educated opinions on the elections and make a decision that you think is best for UNI. The first team of candidates I'm going to discuss are David and Katie. First, I would like to extend my most heartfelt sympathy to Katie and her family. I can't even imagine what it must be like to lose a parent, and I really don't ever want to know. Katie is showing that she's a very strong person and definitely very dedicated to UNI for continuing to campaign in the best way that she can during this time. Oh, their platform, or passions as they call them on their website. There are 4 major sections of their passions, which are student voices, equality, women's empowerment, and Earth. The first section is passion for student voices, promoting cancellation of classes when the weather is too bad to get to classes, which I think is a great idea, and I think several of the other candidates also mentioned it, but I would like to see some sort of guideline. What is dangerous weather? When exactly should class be canceled? These are the same decisions the administration has to go through when they decide to cancel classes. So if you're giving them some sort of recommendation that they should do it more often to promote safety of students, I think you need to also give them better guidelines as to when to do that. I kind of already talked about the not paying tuition without taking classes for those doing internships or student teaching. I think it's a great idea. As a student teacher myself right now, I would love to not be paying tuition because I'm essentially doing a full-time job and paying for it. But the fact of the matter is that UNI really needs that money from me, and maybe not necessarily for the things that I am doing this semester, but to provide me with the best education they can. They do need money, and we've already seen the budget crisis and cuts and things like that. So if all of a sudden your 320 student teachers this semester are not paying tuition, even if you round tuition down to $3,000 a semester, which is less than what it is, and round the number of student teachers per semester down to about 300, which is less than what it is, that's $900,000 that the university would not be getting. And if you take away that money, what things are they not going to be able to do? What programs are they going to need to cut? I'm not saying that it's really fair that I have to pay tuition this semester, but I also don't want things to be cut just so that I don't have to pay tuition this one semester. I think you're going to find a lot of roadblocks on the way to getting something like that to actually happen. The Petition the President initiative is something I find really interesting in David and Katie's passions. It's very similar to what the White House has actually done in the last few years. The White House has a petition site where you can start a petition, and it's a very large number of signatures you have to get for them, but if you get that amount of signatures, the administration has to respond to your petition. I like the idea. I don't know, 250 students to me is not a ton. You want to be careful in something like that to make sure that you're not going to be responding to things left and right because they're all getting 250 signatures. The second part of David and Katie's passions is their passion for equality, and I mentioned before that this is the strongest and the longest portion of their passions. And I would like to point out that LGBT students do make up most of this equality portion, although they do point out things like a racial and ethnic diversity orientation, which I really like, because I like to feel like UNI has a big population of students who come from very small towns in Iowa that aren't very diverse at all, and they've had no experience with people of color, and many have no experience with people of different sexual orientations, people of different cultures, things like that, before they come to UNI. And I would like to think that UNI is a place where they can safely and robustly learn about different cultures and races and sexual orientations and what's out there in the world. They discuss the LGBT center, they discuss open housing and bathroom options, and just so many things that really prove how much they care for these students who are so often not understood and not provided for. The passion for women's empowerment section is very interesting, especially the self-defense training section. I'd like to point out that RAD, Rape and Aggression Defense classes, are available at the WRC, and my friends and I all took them our freshman year. That's actually where I met some of my best friends at UNI taking that class. And that opportunity is there, and the fact that David and Katie don't even mention it in their self-defense training section is kind of making me question whether they did research before they brought up that platform point. But you can also have those officers come to house meetings, you can have dorm programs with them where they come and teach you things, so maybe including some of the things that are already available in your platform, and then what you would like to see on top of that would be good to see. The last section of their passions are their passion for the earth, and every candidate has this section on sustainability. Sustainability is a hot topic issue right now, and a lot of people care a lot about it. If you're interested, Math Awareness Month's theme in April is going to be on sustainability. Anyways, that's beside the point right now. I really like a lot of the ideas in their section on the earth. Probably my favorite is the paperless professor evaluations, because not only would it save a lot of paper from filling out all those little bubble sheets, it would also probably make them easier to aggregate the data and disaggregate the data and get the information to the professors in a timely manner, because you'd be all computerized. Also, do you ever find that there's that one class that all semester you're just like, I can't wait until I do professor evaluations for this professor because I need to tell the university how I feel about them, and then you don't do evaluations in that class? Yeah. I feel like paperless evaluations would make it so that the university could simply send out links to do the evaluations for all of your classes every semester, and a class would never get missed from evaluating. I would really like that. In all, I think that David and Katie could do a better job at being more specific in a lot of their points, but I think they have great ideas, and I think that the way they're coming at this campaign with the being different, kind of knowing they're the underdogs, is very interesting. I'm interested to see what happens with them. And David and Katie, I would still really like to know who is on your campaign team. Just, can you tell me, please? Good luck to David and Katie in the NISG elections.